Awesome. Okay, so we'll start again on our backs, just like we did last time. Awesome. So laying down long, and you can just give me a thumbs up, but do you have 2 blocks today? Yeah, okay, cool, great. So just lay down all the way. Take up space on your mat if you can, where you are in your space. Legs out long, arms out wide. Maybe softening or closing your eyes as it's still quite early. Just coming back to this space of rest momentarily. Finding this space of stillness momentarily. And as you arrive here, just taking a nice long breath in, let the belly and the heart rise, and then sigh it out your mouth, letting it go. Let's take another nice long inhale, belly and chest rise. And this time on the exhale, let's seal the lips and make an sound. A little humming at the back of the throat. And release any tension you feel in the jaw. Maybe rock the head from side to side. We'll add soft, gentle movements here. You can circle the ankles and the wrists. And then from here, maybe reach your arms up if you like some larger movements. Yeah, towards the sky. And then take circles with your wrists in that way. Just warming up our wrists. And then from here, you can shake it out, release your arms all the way down, and then bend your right knee in towards your chest, if that's okay for your low back. And as you bend your knee in towards the chest, just kind of let it hang there for a moment. And then from here, begin to extend the right leg up towards the sky, and we'll just kind of go back and forth. So bend the knee, extend the leg up. Good. Yeah, just do it at your own pace a few times. Your hands can be gently cupping your hamstrings on the back of the right leg. And just kind of opening and warming up the knee joint and also the hamstring. Good. Then eventually stop with your leg extended and long. And then from here, just make little circles with your foot, your ankle. You can keep a soft bend in the knee if that feels better for your hamstrings early on in this class. Being really gentle with ourselves, with our bodies. Good. And then you can stop with those circles and then maybe just add a little shake to your leg, just kind of shaking it out. Good. And then we'll release and extend the right leg out, and we'll do the same thing with the left. So just hug the knee in towards the chest, gently grabbing the hamstring, and then begin to extend, press your hamstring into your hands, and bend. So we're extending the leg, and then we're bending the leg. And again, at a rate that's comfortable for you. Maybe even tuning your breath into your movement. You can breathe in to extend and then breathe out to bend. Maybe about 4 more times. You might even feel that the knee begins to get a little fatigued here. Sorry, we're just warming it up. Good. And then eventually extend and keep it extended. And then take again those circles. You can point the toe, you can kick through the heel. Just exploring your foot on this side. And maybe even spreading your toes if you can. And then come through stillness and just give your leg a little shake a few times. Shake, 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 shake. Good. And then from here, we'll just hug the knees in towards the chest. You can take a happy baby, and let's actually take a happy baby with the hands on the hamstrings again. So the tailbone is really rooted onto the ground. This is so nice. I love this version of happy baby because it allows your back to get a little more rest and a little more extension here. Take a nice long inhale and exhale. And from here, bring your knees together and just make little circles on the ceiling with your knees. In one direction, and massaging the low back. And then in the other direction. Okay. And then we're gently kind of come through stillness. Option to just turn to the side and come all the way up, or you can rock forward and back. That's all right for your back. Coming all the way to a seated posture. And we're just going to open our class here with some seated movement. So I actually think you've got 2 blocks. Let's grab our 2 blocks. We're going to stack them on top. Oh, that's nice. You have the foam ones. They're a little more comfortable to sit on. Stack them on top of each other. And then we're going to sit on these blocks. So we're going to sit on top with our sitting bones, the bony parts underneath our glutes, right on there. And this should give us a little more space for the knees. But if you feel any knee compression, then just begin to place a blanket or something soft, maybe under your knees or between your knees. But it should feel pretty spacious here, depending on your blocks. And then let's just bring the hands on top of the thighs. Good. Try to lengthen your spine just a little bit more here, finding a little more extension. Good. And then from here, take your hands and just draw them up your legs so your elbows point back, your heart begins to open. Maybe it lifts a little bit here. So you're kind of bringing the shoulder blades together. And then bring it down once more. Let's do it with our breath. So inhale, drawing the arms up. Good. Shoulder blades on the back. Nice. Exhale, bringing it down again, coming back to neutral. Just one more time. Inhale, drawing the arms up, lifting your chest, elbows come towards each other. And then exhale. Let's do that just one more time, and we're going to switch it up. So coming all the way up, your legs, shoulder blades together. Then begin to lift your arms, find cactus arms. Good. Try to keep the lift of your heart. The shoulder blades are really moving together on your back. So kind of feel that. It's almost like you're holding a little pencil between your shoulder blades. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Your gaze can be soft and lifted if that feels comfortable for you. One more breath in and full breath out. Let's extend the arms up towards the sky, get really long, and then reach through one side and the other, just making space in the ribs and the side body. Good. One more time each side. Good. Awesome. And then we can shake it out. Just release your arms, let it go. And take a few circles of the wrist again, just warming up the wrists. And then we'll flick the fingers like you're flicking water off of your fingertips. Good. Opening and warming up the fingers. Good. And then come through stillness. We're going to do like a little wave with our hand. So it's kind of weird, but yeah, you got it. We'll wave with the hand. Just warming up the fingers and the hands, the palms of the hands especially. Good. Great. And then we'll let it go. And we're actually going to come down for a moment. So we're going to come off of this kind of square of the block and just come to sit cross-legged this time. So we're going to sit cross-legged and just begin to notice which leg is habitually in front. And if it feels comfortable for you, you can change which leg is habitually in front, just to kind of disrupt some of our patterns. And again, find that long spine one more time. And then we'll take a gentle side bend. So your right hand can come down towards the earth and you can lift the left arm up and over your ear, just to your capacity. Wherever you want to stop, just stop there and breathe in and breathe out. And we're going to try to lift the heart, really blossom open, like you're opening an envelope or a letter. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. One more breath in, soften the lower shoulder, and then exhale, coming all the way up. Good. We'll just take it on the other side. So plant your left palm, right arm reaches, reaches, reaches. And then again, if you feel really rounded, just open your heart towards the ceiling, spin the chin up towards the sky. Again, breathe in here, especially into the side rib that you're opening, and breathe out. Inhale, exhale. And I didn't do this on the other side, but let's bring that right hand behind your head. So you're cupping your head and really feel open in your armpit as you press behind you like you're pressing into the wall. Good. And then we'll come up and we'll just do that on the other side so we're even. So again, come into that side bend and then bring the hand behind the head. Press into your hand with your head. Open up, maybe look towards the ceiling. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Then we'll come all the way up and we'll find hands and knees at tabletop. So just having your blocks towards the front of the mat. You can cushion the knees if you need a little extra something for your knees with a blanket, something soft. And then find your tabletop. If your wrists get fatigued often, then just have your hands a little bit forward of your shoulders. Press the tops of the feet into the mat, and we'll just take a gentle cat-cow. So inhale to drop your hips, lift your heart. On the exhale, take a slight rounding of the back, but don't go too far. So rounding just the chin towards the chest. And then inhale, drop your hips, lift your heart. Exhale, pressing through the mat, slight round, shoulders come apart from each other. Okay, let's just do one more there. Inhale, lifting your heart. Exhale, rounding the back. Just slightly. Coming back with a neutral spine, we're just going to get into our shoulder blades. So on the back, so you might not feel it, but I think you will. So when we inhale, we're going to kind of drop our chest towards the ground and our shoulder blades are going to actually move up towards the sky. And then from here, we press the hands into the mat and the shoulder blades come down around the back. So let's press into the mat, shoulder blades lift towards the sky. It's a really subtle movement. And then press, 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 shoulder blades move away from each other. Yeah, and just keep doing that back and forth. So you're pressing, shoulder blades lifting off the back, and then pressing even harder to round them down the back. Just do about 3 more here. These like shoulder blade push-ups. Good. 1 more. Good. And then just come back to your neutral spine. Let's walk the hands actually off the mat towards the left and then gaze over your left shoulder. If it's okay for your neck, your spine, take a breath into your right rib cage and a breath out. And then let's walk back through center, off towards the right. Gaze back behind the right shoulder. Again, breathing in deeply into your left lung, your left rib cage. And exhale, come back through center here. Good. And then from here, we're just going to tuck our toes under and just kind of shift forward and back. So beginning to open the feet a little bit. And this probably won't be as intense as if we were doing it in plank. But just notice your feet. You can even come deeply back and see what you feel there. And then come forward. Good. Good. And then eventually we'll come through stillness here. So let's actually extend the legs back to plank pose. Yeah. And again, we might get fatigued in the hands, so you can always make fists. Otherwise, just stay on your hands. We won't be here for too long. Keep your heart and your head moving forward as your heels move back. And keep your abdomen engaged here. Keep lifting from your thigh muscles. Breathe in, breathe out. Maybe a slight pulse forward and back. Good. And then come through stillness. We'll just extend the hips up, find downward facing dog. Again, we won't be here for long, but just begin to find a pedal in the feet. Let your head hang heavy. Good. Breathing in and breathing out. And then let's just gently release the knees down towards the ground. And I'm going to show you how to use the blocks for downward facing dog because they can be really nice for hand and wrist fatigue. So just place them at the top of your mat. And then we're going to grab our fingers around kind of the front of the blocks and then tuck the toes and begin to lift the hips, find downward facing dog. It's just another way to explore the posture. And again, you can bend through your knees, keep pressing, especially into the knuckle that's under your index fingers. I think that for me helps when I'm holding the blocks. Good. And then come back through stillness with your legs. From here, we'll look forward, breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, the right leg will lift high, beginning, middle, arrive. And on the exhale, we'll step that right foot just behind the right block. So you don't have to go super far. Good. And then let's just tap the back knee down, untuck the toes, really ground through your toenails. Inhale, rise, beginning, middle, arrive. Exhale to stay here. Keep pressing through the big toe of the right foot. Inhale, lengthen the spine, get long. Exhale, cactus arm. So bend your elbows. Yeah, open up. Really extend through the chest. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, bending the elbows, opening the heart. Good. One more. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, bending at the elbows. Good. Inhale, lift your arms high. Exhale, let's plant the palms. Then from here, let's just begin to tuck the back toes and lift your back knee. Yeah, so we're in this runner's lunge. Then take your right arm forward. On the inhale, let's sweep it up towards the sky. Coming into this kind of twist, the abdomen might be twisting towards your right leg. You can always walk the right leg over towards the right if you need a little more space. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep opening the chest. Gaze can be at the wall or towards the ceiling. One more breath in and exhale. Let's float the hand back down to the block. And this time, maybe when we want to come a little higher on our blocks, begin to straighten through the front leg. Yeah, so the front leg and the back leg are straight. Inhale to lift your heart. Keep your spine long. Exhale, maybe a slight fold, but we're not encouraging a deep rounding today. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, slight fold. Then from here, we're going to move a little bit more with the breath. So inhale, lift your heart, bend your front knee, so rebend it. And then exhale, straighten and lift, slight fold. Let's do it twice more. Inhale, bend, come forward. Exhale, straighten and lift. Inhale, bend, come forward. Exhale, straighten and lift. And how about you do about 2 to 3 more, moving with your own breath. Moving with the breath. Great, then rebend that front knee. Let's bring the blocks back to the lowest height. And then again, bring the fingertips kind of curled around the front of the block and then step back to your downward facing dog. If you need to adjust, you can always tap the knees down. Take a breath in downward facing dog and then breathe out. Then from here, inhale, left leg will rise high, beginning, middle, arrive. And then exhale, step that left foot behind your left block. Let's just tap the back knee down again, untuck the toes, really press through your back toenails and inhale, rise, beginning, middle, arrive. Exhale here to stay. Full breath in, reach from the left and the right sides of the body. And then exhale, bending at your elbows. Again, extend or puff your heart forward. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, bend the elbows. One more. Inhale, reaching up, up, up. Exhale, bending, opening the heart. Good. Inhale, reaching the arms up. And then exhale, let's swim the hands back down to the blocks. Again, let's tuck the back toes under to lift your knee. Then let's sweep the left arm forward, extending it up, all the way sweeping it up, finding that twist. Again, if space is wanted or needed, just walk the left foot over towards the left a little bit more. Good. Breathing in, keep extending through your back hamstring, breathing out. And even though we're pouring our weight into our right hand, can we imagine that we're lifting? We're kind of light on that right hand. One more inhale. And then exhale, let's sweep the left hand back down to the block, squaring your hips a little bit more, maybe coming higher onto the blocks. You can even use the highest setting if that feels more supportive. And then let's straighten the front leg. Begin to lift your heart, extend through your spine. Exhale, maybe you fold a little bit over that front leg. Inhale, lift your spine. The legs are straight. Exhale, maybe slight fold, spinning that left hip back. One more, inhale, lift. Exhale as you fold slightly, slightly. Then let's get the legs involved. So inhale, lift your spine, rebend the front knee, and then exhale, straighten and fold slightly. Inhale, rebend, heart and spine lift. Exhale, fold. Breathing in, rebending, lifting your heart forward. Exhale, fold. Do about 3 more at your own pace, moving with your breath. Inhaling to come forward. Exhale to straighten the legs. Good. And then eventually coming forward, rebending that front knee. Let's bring the blocks down and then step back, downward facing dog. From here, we're going to inhale to plank pose on the blocks. It might feel really far away from the ground. That's okay. You can tap your knees down, and then let's just move the blocks off to the side. Bring your hands to the mat. And then from here, we'll come forward and come all the way down. Untuck your toes here. Good. We'll find that cobra. You can walk the hands in line with your shoulders, and then press through your feet, lift through your heart. Inhale. Exhale. So again, the shoulder blades are moving towards each other on the back, like you're holding a little pencil in your upper back between your shoulder blades. Tuck your chin towards your chest, ground through your feet. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath in as you lift your heart, maybe just a touch. Use your back muscles. And then exhale. Let's lower the hands or the head down towards your hands. So you can make a little pillow there with the hands. Good. And you can just kind of sway your hips from side to side, just kind of rocking them back and forth. Good. And from here, we're going to come to a Sphinx pose. So coming onto your elbows and your forearms. So bringing those elbows right underneath your shoulders. And your elbows are about, shoulder width distance. Really begin to plug into your pubic bone, your feet as you drag your heart forward. Breathing in and breathing out. Gaze is soft, full breath in, slow breath out. Maybe you let the chin drop towards the chest for a moment, lengthening the back of the head, and then just rocking the ears from side to side, shoulder to shoulder. Good. And then let's come through stillness and then draw a line with your chin all the way forward towards the front. Then from here, we're going to try something a little different, but if it feels funky, then please just lower down. So keep your upper body the same way it is, and we're going to lift our legs off the mat, just the feet off the mat, and really point your toes back behind you. Breathe in here and breathe out. If there's any pain, then just begin to lower them a little lower. Breathing in and out. Let's just lower them and lower the head once more, just finding a little rest. Don't want to fatigue us too much. Again, you can swish the hips from side to side. And we'll just do it one more time. So when you're ready, come back to Sphinx pose on the forearms. Lift your heart through your hands, and then option to lift those feet off the mat, just pointing them back. Breathe in, and then exhale, lower. Good. Let's walk the hands again underneath the shoulders, finding your cobra pose. Again, pinning the elbows in to move the shoulder blades up towards each other. Breathe in here. And then breathe out, pressing through that tabletop. You can tuck the toes, find a downward facing dog. Since this is just a transitional one, we're going to look forward and then begin to bend the knees. Walk your feet towards your hands. And we're not going to hang super heavy today. So once you're there, just bring your hands to your hips and find a long spine to extend forward. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. So finding that long extension in your spine. Inhale, exhale. Again, try to move the elbows towards each other. And then on the inhale, press through your feet and rise up all the way. Exhale to stay. You can remove the hands away from the hips. Find your mountain pose Tadasana. And just again, let's find our feet as we usually do in this pose. So spread your toes as much as you can. Maybe lift all 10 toes and then lower them. Maybe lift just the big toes and then lower them. And then lift all the other toes except the big toes and then lower them. Good. And then from here, just begin to shift your weight forward into the front of your feet and back into your heels. And then from side to side, just exploring these corners of the feet, maybe noticing where you want to hang out in space or where that feels like more weight is being distributed. Again, just beginning to become aware of our patterns, our habitual movements. And then coming back through center, let's try to plug equally into both feet. Good. We'll move through some sun salutations because the sun has now risen. So ground through your feet. Inhale, the arms will swim up alongside the ears. And then on the exhale, grab the prayer. Let's fold forward. Try to keep a straight spine as you fold forward here. Then inhale, lift halfway. Hands can come to shins or thighs or even back to your hips, finding that long spine. And then exhale, hands to the mat. Step back, find a downward facing dog. Then on the inhale, let's pull forward for a plank pose. We've been here before. Exhale, knees tap down, and then chest and chin lowers you forward and down. Slide forward onto the belly and the tops of your feet as you lift for cobra. And then exhale, tabletop through downward facing dog. Breath in here. Breath out to stay. Inhale. Exhale for 2. One more big breath in. Exhale for 1. Let's step or walk, or even you can hop on your exhale towards your hands. And then from there, inhale, lift halfway. Again, find that long spine. And then exhale, rise all the way up. So we're skipping the fold here today. Extend the arms by your side. Good. Root through the feet. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lifting halfway. Keep your long spine. Exhale, hands to the mat. Let's step back, downward facing dog. Then inhale forward for a plank pose. Exhale, lower again, knees first, then shift forward, chest and chin come down as elbows come back. Then come forward, inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog once more. Breath in here, breath out. Inhale, exhale for 2. Grounding through your fingertips if you can. One more inhale here. Exhale. Again, option to walk or step towards your hands, or if you'd hop, you can bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, hop towards your hands. Either option's beautiful. Inhale, long spine as you arrive there. And then exhale, let's add the fold this time, but try to keep a straight spine. Press through your feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Try to keep that long spine. Exhale, prayer at your heart center. Okay, let's go through this one more time. Sun salutation A. Press through the feet. Inhale, arms sweep up like you're gathering the energy of the sun. Exhale, fold prayer through center. Inhale, lifting long spine. Exhale, plant your palms. Take it back to downward facing dog. Take your time. From downward facing dog, inhale to plank pose. Exhale again, release your knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide forward for cobra, any amount. And then exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale for 3. Breathing in. Breathing out for 2. Pressing down through the hands to lift through your forearms. One more inhale. And exhale. Again, option to look forward and take the hop, or you can walk towards your hands. Inhale, long spine as you lengthen it forward and straight, lifting the heart, maybe shifting your weight forward into the front of the feet, and then exhale, fold. Passing through your feet, inhale, circle, sweep the arms up, trying to keep that long spine. Exhale, prayer to your heart center in Anjali Mudra. Maybe softening the eyes here for a moment, letting the shoulders drop away from the ears, releasing the arms by your side. And let's take a deep collective breath in through the nose and maybe sigh it out the mouth. Breathing in through the nose, maybe fluttering the lips. And one more breath in of your choice. Take the exhale, sighing or fluttering your lips. Releasing that breath, just flutter the eyes open if they're closed. And from here, we're just going to bring a little more energy into the body. So begin to kind of roll your weight forward into the front of your feet. And we're just going to add that gentle bounce that we do sometimes. And let your arms be really loose, getting things moving, getting lymph in the body moving. Hopefully back to the heart where it can then get cleansed. Breathing in, breathing out, getting it moving back to all the lymph nodes. Another breath in and breath out. And maybe you want to make some noise on a big sigh out the mouth. Maybe one more like that, breathing in. And then slow it down, come to stillness. You might feel a shift in energy in your body, and we'll just take a gentle twist from one side to the other. So your hands might kind of gently tap the back body. So we're not going to go super far in the twist today. Yeah. And then begin to slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. Good. Coming through stillness. Good. All right. Let's find one block. And we're going to place it between the legs. And as we place it between the legs, let's try to point the feet forward here. Yeah, really squeeze the block. So the goal is not to let the block fall, right? And then we're going to come into our chair pose. So begin to bend your knees, send your hips back, down and back. Good. Make sure you can still see your toes if possible. And begin again to notice your tendencies. So mine is usually to really have a nice big deep arch in my low back. So I know that for me, I need to lengthen the low back down towards the ground, kind of flatten out that curve a little bit. Then from here, arms can sweep up alongside the ears. They can be wide if the shoulders are feeling a little funky or fatigued. So you can take a wide V. You can have cactus arms if that feels better. Breathing in here, keeping the heart lifted, not folded, breathing out. So strengthening our inner thighs. Full breath in, slow breath out. Good. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale for 2. Last breath in. Exhale for 1. Press through your feet, straighten through the legs, release your arms. You can shake out the shoulders, keep the block where it is for now. You can kind of roll the shoulders back behind you a few times. And now we'll release the block. And let's bring them towards the top of the mat, just because we might want the blocks there. Good. And then find a chair pose. So your feet can be a little bit closer together if that feels better, or your toes can touch, or just leave your feet the way they are. So you have space for the low back. Then find your chair pose. Sit as low as you'd like to go, so you can keep the heart lifted. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale. And on the exhale, let's straighten through the legs and dive forward. Inhale, lifting your spine. Find that half lift to find length in the spine. Exhale, let's plant your palms and take it back to downward facing dog. You can stay here. You can tap the knees down, find a little cat-cow, or you can take a little vinyasa forward to your plank, finding that cobra pose back to down dog. So either option is beautiful. As long as we're moving with our breath, letting the breath guide or be our inner guide to kind of cleanse the chatter of the mind. As you find downward facing dog, take a breath in and a full breath out. Grounding through your hands. Inhale, right leg will lift high into the sky, beginning, middle, arrive. Come to the tippy toes of that left foot. And then on the exhale, step the right foot behind your right hand. So a little shorter today. Let's spin your back heel down. So it's about a 45-degree angle. Press through your feet. Inhale, begin to rise. Beginning, middle, arrive. Exhale to stay. So we're in this warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. The hips are pointing or facing towards the front of the mat as much as we can. Bend through that front knee and breathe in and breathe out. Again, you can cactus the arms if the shoulders begin to feel a little fatigued. That's okay. Lifting your heart, breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, maybe extending the arms long. Exhale, bending at your elbows, lifting your heart. Inhale, extending the arms up. Exhale, bend your elbows, cactus. One more inhale, lifting. Exhale, bending. Inhale, rise with the arms. And then on the exhale, let's straighten through that front leg and just begin to swim the arms back behind you. Try to, again, keep that long spine. The heart is open. Rebend the front knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Good. Exhale, straighten and begin to come forward. Sweep the arms back. Good. 2 more. Inhale, rebend, rising up. Exhale as you straighten and fold. Inhale, rebend, rising up with the arms. Exhale, straighten, fold forward. How about you do 2 more on your own? Moving with your breath. Good. And then bending that knee, coming back through warrior one just for a moment. And then exhale, let's sweep the hands down. And you can step back to downward facing dog. Again, you can stay here. You can drop the knees for cat-cow or child's pose, or maybe inhale to plank. Exhale, knees tap down, shift forward, chest and chin comes down. Ashtanga Namaskar. Inhale, lift your heart, find that cobra pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. One more breath in. Exhale. Ground through your hands. Really press your hands into the mat. And then inhale, left leg will rise high this time. Come to the tippy toes of that right foot. Exhale, step the left foot behind the left hand. Yeah. Spin your back foot down. So again, it's at an angle. Press through the outer edge of your right foot. Inhale to rise. Beginning, middle, arrive. Exhale. Full inhale. Exhale here. Notice your right shoulder might want to open up towards the right side of the room. Can you draw that right shoulder forward so that it's square with the top of the mat? Breathing in, breathing out. We're sending kind of our right hip bone towards our left knee. Take another breath in, keep pressing into the outer edge of the back foot. Exhale, bend and cactus the elbows. Inhale, rise with the arms. So nice. Exhale, bend and cactus open, moving those shoulder blades together. One more time. Inhale, rise with the arms. Exhale, bending, opening the heart. So nice. Inhale, reach. And then on the exhale, let's straighten through that front leg. Swim your arms back as you fold with the straight spine. Rebend, rise with the arms. Exhale, straighten, fold forward. One more. Inhale, rebend the front knee, rise with the arms. Exhale here, straighten, arms swim back. Do about 3 more on your own, taking it at a pace that's unique and perfect for you, as long as you're moving the breath, finding the focus with your eyes. Good. Then rebend, rise through the arms one more time, warrior one. Exhale, let's float the hands down and step back to downward facing dog. If you need to pedal through your feet, go through a vinyasa, pulling forward to your plank, or just lower your knees. Find that cat-cow or a child's pose. Any option is beautiful. Find your breath in and your breath out. One more. Deepest inhale. Slowest exhale. Looking forward. Let's begin to just walk the feet towards the hands. You're welcome to hop. As you arrive there, find a long spine right away. So lifting your heart to your thighs, finding that long, long spine. Maybe hands come to hips. Really lengthen and then reach all the way up. Coming to standing Tadasana. Awesome. So let's actually start to come down towards the ground so we have enough time to cool off. So let's just find a chair pose one more time. So we'll heat up a little bit before we cool down. So bend your knees, arms sweep up, find that chair pose again, breathing in, breathing out. Good, just 2 more breaths in, out. One more inhale. Exhale, straighten through your legs with a long spine, swan dive forward. Finding that long spine, inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, let's plant your palms, take it to downward facing dog. Maybe you want to flow one more time, or maybe you're just ready to tap the knees down. We'll just come to a seated posture on the knees. Whenever you're ready, sliding the hands back towards your legs. Good. So we're going to move through something called camel pose. So I like to use the blocks for this, but you can always adjust. If you want to lower the blocks, that's fine too. But I like the blocks. I think we should start with them. So let's bring the blocks by our ankle bones. So just kind of lift up so you can see back behind you. Yeah, by the ankles. Good. And you might not even want to use the blocks, so you might not want to go that far. That's okay. We're going to come onto our knees, this kneeling, onto our shins. And then again, let's just find a long spine. So imagine that your spine is moving from the crown of your head all the way down to your tailbone, but then it even extends down to your knees. So it's just one long line there. Really allow the toenails to root you down. And then let's bring the hands to the low back. So again, squeeze that imaginary pencil between your shoulder blades, roll the shoulder blades up and perhaps down your back. Then from here, maybe this is all you want to do. Breathe in here, press your hips forward and lean back as you breathe out. So breathing in, lengthen, breathing out, pressing your hips forward gently here. Good. Now we can stay right here. This is a perfect place to be with the spine. It's in some extension. Your gaze can look to the wall. Or maybe you begin to inhale, press your pubic bone forward. Exhale to open the heart a little more. And then find your hands on top of the block. So your fingertips usually will glide down towards the blocks. If that feels like too much in your spine, just bring your hands back to your low back. It's all good. So it's just exploring where our body is in this moment. It can always shift and change. It can transform over time. Take a nice long inhale here. Open your collarbones. And exhale, come forward. Just begin to lift your spine. So you're stacking your shoulders over your hips. And then we'll begin to sit down. So you can move the blocks out of the way. Yeah, it can be a lot here. So just let it settle into the body towards the ground. You can maybe soften or close the eyes. If this feels extreme for your legs, then just begin to shift your legs to one side and bring them forward. Yeah, it can be a lot for the knees. Good. And again, just come back to the eyes being closed for a moment. Allowing all of that back bending to settle a little bit more. Good. Beautiful. And then from here, we can open the eyes. We're just going to take a gentle twist. We're going to take an open twist towards the left. So arms will sweep up. And then right arm will come forward on the outside of the left leg. Left arm will come behind you. Good. Breathing in, opening your heart, lengthening your spine. Breathing out. You can just gaze towards the wall in front of you, or maybe you'd like to gaze a little bit back behind that left shoulder. Either option is available. Take a nice long inhale, lengthen. Exhale here. Then gently come back through center, arms sweep up. Exhale, take it to the other side as you turn into the twist. Left hand to the outer thigh or the knee, the outer knee. Right hand supports you, kind of moving close to your body like a second spine. Breathing in, puffing your heart forward. Breathing out. One more inhale. And exhale. Good. Coming forward, unwinding through your spine. Let's take it down towards the ground. So just make sure you have space behind you. And we're just going to guide ourselves down using the hands today. So the hands, the elbows, and then coming all the way down. Good. As you arrive here, you can bend through your knees, and we're going to find one of the blocks. So as you find the blocks, press through your feet, and then begin to lift your hips. We're going to place that block on the lowest level underneath your sacrum, your tailbone. And just, it's kind of the flat part of the low back. Just find a position that's comfortable. If it doesn't feel comfortable, just let me know. Sometimes you have to shift it down or a little bit up to find that sweet spot. And just stay like this for a moment. Knees bent, you can soften the eyes. This supported bridge pose, allowing the low back to send some energy down into the block, sending that energy down into your mat and down into the floor of the room you're in. And sending that energy all the way down into the earth underneath the house, the structure that you're in. Just sending any energy from the low back that's not needed, sending it back to the earth. You're welcome to stay like this, or if it feels safe for you, you can bring one leg up towards your body and then the other leg up. So the knees are still a little bent here. Good, yeah, and then maybe extend your legs if it feels, again, safe and you feel stable on that block. Maybe again, you take little circles in one direction and the other with your feet, your ankles, just allowing the lymph to drain from the bottom half of the body towards the top half of the body. Maybe shake out the legs one more time and then lower your feet down towards the ground. Taking your time to press through your feet, lift your hips enough so you can remove the block. And removing the block as your low back comes back down towards the ground. Taking a breath in there, and then a breath out to stay. Good. Then from here, we'll set up for Shavasana. So if I really like this for the low back, but some people, depending on their blocks, they might not like it. Well, I like to put the blocks, if I don't have a bolster, right underneath my thighs. So on that kind of wide setting of the block. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can just look up. And I'm holding the wide side of the block here, and then I'm going to put it under my thigh. Yeah, so it's just kind of setting there. And you kind of want to get it more into the thigh rather than the knee. But again, it's your body, so you want to play with it and see what works for you in your experience. And then you can guide yourself back down. So now the blocks should be perhaps on the back of your thighs or your knees. Again, if this is not comfortable, you can remove them. But having something, if you had a blanket, you could roll it up even and put it under your knees. That can help support the low back in Shavasana, so it doesn't feel like it's really kind of coming off the mat and doing its own thing. It's a little more grounded. So just begin to shift, finding your Shavasana, whether it's with those blocks or not. It's up to you. Everything is a suggestion, an offering. Slowly begin to soften the eyes or close them all the way. If you like the hands on your body, they can be on the body somewhere. Maybe one hand to the abdomen, one hand to the heart. Both hands on the hips, or arms can be off the body. We did a lot of opening in the front of the body today, so perhaps if the palms are flipped up, you flip them down to find some grounding, to come back to earth, come back to ourselves, come back to stillness. Finding a long breath in through the nose, let the belly and the heart rise, And then on the exhale, seal the lips, make the HM sound. Hmm. Maybe one more like that. Breathing in deeply. Hmm. Releasing down into the ground. Finding stillness here. Reintegrating everything into your practice, from your practice into your body, just for the next couple of minutes. And slowly begin to invite a deeper breath into your body and let the breath go. Know that you can stay here as long as you need to, but if you feel ready, just inviting some small movements into the body, the hands and the feet, fingers and toes. And then eventually you might bend through one knee and then the other, just kicking your blocks off to the side if you've got them. And just turning to either the right or the left side, whichever feels more accessible to you today. Hold yourself there for a moment in gratitude for yourself, in compassion for yourself, just giving yourself time to be held by the earth in your practice. And then gently rise up, find a seated posture, keeping the eyes soft or closed if possible. Coming to center once more with the spine, finding that neutral spine. Hands will come to heart as a prayer pose. And just begin to bow your third eye down towards that gesture of gratitude. Again, thanking yourself for your commitment to your body and your mind and your breath. I thank you so much for sharing your practice and your morning with me. The light inside of me bows to and honors the light that I know is shining in you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Let me stop this.